Hello. I couldn't think of a better place than DLD to start a small revolution in online giving. What do you think about when you hear about foundations and philanthropy? Perhaps you think of a social or environmental cause that is close to your heart. That's always where giving and social investing should start. If you're like most, however, you may also think of bureaucracy, taxes, regulation, lawyers. Or you may wonder why it is so hard to find the right organizations to give to, how to support them effectively. Or perhaps you wonder whether you already have enough to start giving. This is why many people, perhaps some of you, want to do and can do far more than you actually do. I'm Felix Oldenburg, and I'm here because I will make funding the world's most urgent problems far simpler. My team and I will help everyone to become a philanthropist and an impact investor. And today, we're going to launch a new online service to make this happen. And we've called it Project Because. Because this is our mission. What will be your cause? We're very confident about this for 3 reasons. 1, we know how to do this. 2, we know the market. And 3, we already have incredible people behind the idea. We know how to do this because we've brought together the experience and expertise to make it happen, and there is a playbook. In transparent markets, expensive products, high barriers to entry, expensive service providers. That's exactly what most people faced when investing their personal finances not long ago. And then came the fintech revolution. Online banks, trading depots, they made it easy. They made products that were previously accessible to only very few people, accessible to all of us. Now, the fintech revolution has transformed how we make money for ourselves. What if we could use it to transform how we use money to solve real problems? We also know the market really well. And yes, giving is a market. It has value propositions, marketing, expensive professional service providers. But let me tell you, this market, it's failing. It's failing because it doesn't live up to its potential. As this article in Die Zeit illustrates, it's about a group of wealth holders we brought together over a year to discuss the future of giving. And this is where the idea for Project Because was born, with the people who want to use it. As this article describes, we can also put a number to that failure. And that number is 30 billion euros. This is how much should have gone into foundation endowments over recent years, given the sharp increase in personal wealth and the number of wealth holders. But it did not go into foundations. And let me give you a second number. It's 2 billion euros per year. People with high incomes give, in percentage terms, on average, guess what? Only about half of what people with low and middle incomes give. That's 2 billion euro per year. 30 billion and 2 billion per year. Let us find and mobilize, activate that money for the causes its owners truly care about. This is our mission. It's my life's mission, because I know there are so many urgent problems, and I've seen so many brilliant entrepreneurs and solutions looking for the right kind of funding. And old charity will not do it. I'm not alone in this belief. We already have an incredible group of people behind it. Nicole Weide has joined us as head of legal from PayPal and Groupon. Buntam Temaismiti is the co-founder of the legendary marketing firm TLGG. Susanna Krüger is our co-CEO, and she left her role as CEO of Save the Children to come launch Project Because with us. Sven Tantau is the chief architect, the chief technologist behind the social network nebenan.de. And Tim Richter used to be chief product officer at Xing before he had the same role with us. You'll hear from Lukas in a moment. And we have incredible investors who've trusted us. I mentioned we've developed it with them. Christian Vollmann, perhaps Germany's most relevant business angel, was the first to invest in us, and 20 others joined, including the government's internet ambassador, Professor Gesche Joost, Rubin Ritter of Zalando, or the impact investor Steven Brenningmeier. They are at the heart of this emerging community. But let me now introduce my friend and co-founder, Lukas Bosch. And if you think you've heard the family name before, yes. Lukas knows about philanthropy and social responsibility, but far more importantly, Lukas was the first person to join the team, and his creative and organizing force is one of the big reasons why we've moved from PowerPoint to product and today to launch. Lukas.
Hello. Thank you. My cause is making giving and impact investing as simple as everything else we do on our phones nowadays. But how? We started completely from scratch and reimagined how this should look like. We developed Project Because from the very beginning together with our early users. And believe me, we now got a long list of features that we're going to release over time. The initial release that we are presenting today essentially is a completely digital foundation. And it is simpler, more flexible, and it can be a social experience. We will start with the German market. Let me show you how it looks and how it works. First, you set up your own foundation, but within less than 5 minutes. Because it's super simple to set up, you create an account and donate money into what we call your depot. You transfer money into the depot whenever you want and receive a tax deduction. By the end of the year, we will also enable you to give to the depot through a loan interest-free, allowing you the flexibility to get money back. Second, we do all the work, you just decide. How do you want to allocate the funds in your depot? What is your cause? You choose from a list of curated organizations. They're not all donation-based. If you're more entrepreneurial, you might choose some organizations that you can invest in through repayable investments. And that way, money will flow back into your depot and you can use it multiple times to do good. Third, Project Because can be a social experience. Use the community if you want. You can benefit from the experience of other users, and you can also mobilize them to fund the organizations that you believe in. Now, let's actually look at some organizations as they would appear on the platform. One of the many topics that our investors and early users approached us with was this question of, we worry about the future of our democracy, but how do you choose the right organizations for that? And we know that is difficult. It's one of those areas where the impact is often very, very intangible. So we created a group on the platform with a list of organizations that we recommend. On this list, you find, for example, Brandneue Bewegung, which is a young and unique nonprofit that supports candidates from marginalized communities to get elected into parliament. An early funder can fuel enormous political change here. Or you invest in an online cooperative like Riff Reporter. Riff Reporter allows independent journalists to publish their high-quality content on their own terms and get paid directly by their subscribers and publishers. If you invest in them as an online cooperative, it will actually generate dividends that will feed back into your depot. Or you invest in Pluralis, an investment fund. But this investment fund invests in independent media houses that are threatened by takeover. So this fund will protect free speech while also aiming at competitive market returns. And most of you probably know investing in a venture capital fund usually requires large investments and a lot of paperwork. Doing it through your bcause depot, you can allocate even small amounts, and it literally just takes you a couple clicks. Now, those are just some of the causes we have on the platform. In fact, we have causes for all of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In fact, we use their colors to illustrate the artwork on our platform to show the causes that our users care about. Talking about users, who is bcause built for? We built bcause for all kinds of backgrounds. You might already be in a position to use your wealth to engage with a larger sum in your depot, like Frank, the CEO of Universal Music. Or you might have an income that allows you to build your engagement over time, like Aditi, a strategy consultant and impact activist. A small group of our early users, like Frank and Aditi, tested Project bcause already without using real funds and inspired many great changes. They also told us bcause is ready to do what it's supposed to do, transfer real money. So today, now, we will launch Project bcause into a fully functioning beta version. Let me find a suitable button for this. There is one. Felix, I think we're ready to launch. Shall we do this? And we're live.
Now, a small number of users have already put in a couple of orders for transactions over the past few days. Let's see if we have any to transact on the first day. First day transactions, 1,200,000 and change. And this is only the beginning. And one of the people who've contributed early on is Christina Flügel, one of our first investors. Christina is the 5th generation of the global family business Must Jägermeister, and a well-connected investor in educational and environmental topics. And Christina, so many thanks for being with us. What has caused you to engage with us?
Well, Felix, you mentioned it earlier. We all have our own personal cause, our mission, something that gets us out of bed every day and follows us in everything we do in life. And being a mother of 4 children, I care for what is happening on this planet and in this world in a bigger scheme. I mean, the most pressing problems of our time, social inequality and the instability of the climate. Having 4 children, I wonder, what will this planet look like for them? Will they be able to have a happy life here? Will all of our children be able to have a happy life here? Floods, droughts, fires. We had a storm in Germany yesterday, a wind hose in Paderborn. Paderborn is not the kind of place where you have wind hoses typically. That's what I care about. That's my cause. And Felix, you mentioned it earlier. Foundations and bureaucracy. That was mildly stated. My family, we have 4 children, but 3 foundations. We have 3 foundations. I'm the founder of one of them. And it is a lot of bureaucracy, public authorities to deal with. So you're offering a one-click answer for giving. How could anyone not be fascinated and want to support you?
Well, many people sit and wait. What caused you to engage early? Now, many people sit and wait. What made you take the step and engage so early?
Well, giving is close to my heart. And the other thing we discovered is that a very cool investment for the Because platform would be phase, which is a social entrepreneurship fund. And that's great in two respects. A, how can donating be expanded to giving and have a social entrepreneurship fund you can actually include in this? That's very impactful, I find. And social entrepreneurship as such is often about maximizing profits by selling products. But social entrepreneurship means taking responsibility for the well-being of the planet, for social and environmental issues. And that's what this fund does.
So you give to invest in a way. What's been your experience so far?
I've enjoyed the travel with you. I've enjoyed seeing you grow. We spoke fairly early on when it was just an idea. You've put a great team together. You showed them up earlier. And I got a sneak preview into the platform yesterday, actually last week. And Felix and Lukas showed a few of them earlier, a few projects they have on the page. Having mentioned it earlier, the problems are big, and don't we often feel small? Don't we often not exactly know what to do? What can I contribute as a single person when it's about big problems, such as inequality and climate? And Because is a platform that offers answers, solutions, a colorful world of solutions. And I think that's fantastic.
And you,
yeah,
like Christina, all of you can start today. You can be the first among your friends to have a digital foundation, a Because depot. And that's why today we're offering, exclusive to DLD visitors, a free access to our beta version. With this QR code, you can begin your journey today.